One, two, three, and we're rolling. Hello, hello. Good to see you.
Hello, good to see you too.
How are you doing today?
I'm great. Great.
Nice,
And
nice.
you?
I'm excellent. It's a great day. Very hot day. Very hot week.
Yeah, yeah. Very hot
For
week.
for the people who are listening us, we are in Rio Grande do Sul, Sapiranga, near Porto Alegre, Novo Hamburgo. And many people think that Rio Grande do Sul is a cold place, but the summers are horrible. It can be really bad. And this week is one of those very bad weeks, very hot weeks.
Yeah, today I think it was 35 degrees. Or
35, yeah. But we also have this humidity sensation, which makes the heat even hotter, or it makes the hot days uncomfortable. It's not only hot, it's uncomfortable.
yeah,
And then you enter places, they have air conditioning systems, so it's very cold inside. Then you go out, it's very. Yesterday I was in a meeting and it was a very hot day outdoors, but indoors in the place I was, it was very cold. And when I left the building, I received that shock wave of heat, and instantly I felt like a headache. And then for the rest of the day, I just had this bad headache. Today I was not feeling good. So that's the
yeah.
problem.
I know. Me too. I I have this all uh, sinusitis.
Sinusitis, right?
Yeah. So these breaks between temperatures are really bad.
They are. They are. Anyway, so today we have our podcast interview with Eduardo, my student for a long time, 7 years maybe,
7 years ago.
even more maybe. We start in what year did we start our classes?
2019, I think it was
2019.
maybe 2020 because we have a few classes uh, at in your house,
That's
but then we moved to online classes.
that's true. We had the pandemic. Yeah, that's right. So for the people who don't know who you are, please introduce yourself, tell who you are, what you do for a living, what you like doing in your free time.
Great. My name is Eduardo Cassânego. I I live in Taquara, but I'm from Sapiranga actually. I am 23 years old. I work as a soft
23?
23.
Are you 23 years old?
Yeah,
Two, three.
23.
Yeah, two, three.
Sorry, 33.
33, 3, 3.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Wow,
Sorry.
that would be a shocking surprise if you were
Yeah, it was a
20.
big mistake.
Yeah.
Sorry. 33 years old. I work as a software engineer. Uh, I work at Boticário nowadays. I'm a backend developer there. So my my work is 100% remotely. So I work from home because the company is from Curitiba, Paraná, and of course there are many branches in each state, but the main place, the headquarters in Curitiba. But most of people works remotely, and I'm a married guy. Andressa, it's my wife. We we had
Recently married
Yeah, we got
last year.
married on last year on October 25. It was a great, uh,
Which
great
which
moment.
which day was that?
25.
25.
Yeah,
Wow. That was one of the most amazing weddings I've attended in my life. It was amazing.
yeah. We put
It
too
was
much.
so good. There were people from other buildings watching the wedding.
Yeah.
Did you know about the old lady that was watching the wedding?
No.
She was there because it was in the open, right?
Uh,
In an open space. So there were some tall buildings beside the wedding place. There was a lady on the balcony of her apartment watching the wedding, and then I was checking on her, and then I was paying attention to you guys, and then when I looked back again to her, she had come down from her apartment nearer where she could see it better. She was very curious, yeah. So it was really
Great.
amazing.
Yeah, it was a amazing day. It
Who,
was
who,
a
who was the best who was the best guest dancer of the party? Be honest.
you, of course.
Ah, let the people know. And I hadn't drunk one sip of alcohol, just with my natural moves. Yeah,
Natural energy.
the party was amazing. My God, there was a great band. The food, everything was perfect. Yeah,
Yeah, it was really great. It was probably the best day of our lives until
yeah,
now.
for sure.
And, and that's it. It was great. And what I like to do is I like to go out with my wife to get some uh, walkings on the street, on the parks here in Taquara. We have the Parque do Trabalhador, Worker Park, and we go there to have some walks, some good exercise, and I like to go to the gym as well, and I like to play some games on PC and my notebook. And I really like to read books related to technology. One of the best books I ever read is you introduced me. It was the Phoenix Project.
The Phoenix Project, a great book for
Yeah,
anybody who is studying technology, management in English. It's all blended in one.
yeah. I also really like astronomy. I am astronomer, like uh, a mature astronomer, I can say. I have
That's
a telescope, and sometimes I like to to watch the moon, the planets, and sky as well. And we also read together a book about the movie Interstellar, which is also amazing. My favorite
from
movie.
Kip Thorne, right?
Keep Thorne, right?
Do you remember the name of the book? The
The science
Science.
of Interstellar.
We did that, huh?
Yeah,
We've read the whole book,
yeah. And
chapter by chapter,
introduction was from Christopher Nolan.
from Christopher Nolan. That's true. We've read a few books in our classes. We've
Yeah,
read Homo Deus, I think.
yeah,
We've read The Science of Interstellar. We've read The Phoenix Project. We worked on that together,
yeah. And we started Nexus.
and we started Nexus. That's right. We did a great job.
That's it.
That's it. That's your life in a nutshell. Let's go back to your wedding because that's a great start for our conversation because your wedding was amazing. One detail about your wedding, you spoke a phrase in English, remember?
Yeah.
By the end of the vows moment, what was the phrase? Do you remember the quote?
I love you, my lobster,
I
which
love you,
is
my
a
lobster,
reference to Friends,
to friend.
uh, the
Perfect.
soap opera, and we really like we really enjoyed this. I was watching before the class actually,
Good.
uh, so it's a TV show that we appreciate so much, and they used to say that lobsters they live together like with his claws, you know.
Perfect. Yeah,
So we used to say that we are lobsters.
that's amazing. And so that was a very beautiful thing. And you also did something that I have never seen anybody do before, which is a time capsule. It's a box, I think,
Mhm.
and you had some papers where people could write their wishes for you guys. But you will only open that box in 5 years from now or 10 years from now.
Yeah, 5 years, but it was not my idea. It was from the ceremonialist.
Yeah,
He did it first.
yeah. So that was brilliant.
Yeah,
That's and will you respect that? Will you only open that in 5 years?
yeah, I think so.
Do that. Do that.
Yeah,
Because 5 years go by really fast.
yeah. It's kind of hiding, you know.
Yeah.
So to if we see every day, it's more easy to open and
It's a temptation. Yeah, you would.
yeah, it's a temptation.
And then you start counting the days. If you don't see it there, and you will forget for a while, and then you will see that. That was a brilliant idea. And also, you did something else. You wrote a message to every guest that
Yeah,
was present in the event, in the wedding. And that was amazing because you even wrote one for me in
in
English.
English.
And it was not a two lines phrase. No, it was from the heart. You wrote like a 8 lines paragraph for me. And I remember it was so amazing. Because I thought you did that only for your best friends or the best man and the bride's groom. And then Nicholas, he said, "Hey, Isma, you didn't get your paper." I was like, "What paper?" He said, "Oh, there is one message for you." And I was, "For me?" So you did for every single guest at the wedding. How many people were at the party, at the wedding celebration?
95, I think.
Imagine, that's amazing. You took the
Yeah,
time to sit down and think about everything you would say. Thank God the message I wrote for you guys is also good. Imagine if I had just written, yeah, good luck. And then in 5 years you open that, what the hell, just this?
yeah.
Yeah, so it's amazing. It's amazing. That was a beautiful party. It was incredible. It was great. Every single detail was well thought, and it was I felt comfortable at the point because sometimes you go to these celebrations like a little too formal, and you want to dance but not too much. But there it was everything worked, like the celebration, the happy hour moment, the dinner, and then the dancing part of it. It was super cool. And the band, yeah,
Yeah,
the band,
the
they
band was great.
they were good. My
Yeah.
God, they were good.
Even my friend sang a song.
Oh,
Mateus,
Mateus.
do you
Oh,
remember?
Mateus, the firefighter.
Yeah, firefighting.
Yeah. I don't remember him singing because I left at around 1 in the morning or
Mm-hmm.
almost 2 in the morning. Because then I saw that it would go downhill in a good way. Everybody, because you guys started drinking heavy liquor
Yeah,
at around 1:30 in the morning, and I
yeah.
and I was not drinking on purpose because I was driving. I was in Sapiranga because it was a like 30 or almost 1 hour drive, so I didn't want to drink.
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys started drinking. I was okay. Now the vibe will be different. So then I left, and but you guys were drinking some heavy stuff,
Yeah.
very heavy
The,
stuff.
the the drinks was really good. The guys from the bar,
Yeah.
they are really professional.
All right, that's true. No, but I mean, you started drinking some bottle
Oh yeah,
whiskey or
it was liquor 45.
45. It was a
Yeah,
number and a liquor.
liquor 45.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. Great celebration. And another important thing, and the reason why we're having these podcast conversations is to help other people to learn the language, to learn English. And something I have realized recently, because I have this question: why do people don't speak English in Brazil? Why don't more people speak English in Brazil? It's only a few. They say the research says it's only 5% of Brazilians that can have this conversation we are having. And then I was trying to understand because we have great schools. I mean, private schools, in some private schools, I mean, these schools dedicated only to teaching English, not the private elementary or high schools. I mean, other private schools. We have great schools, but people don't learn, people don't speak. And then I come to the realization that it's because people don't understand that they should embody the language like their second language. Like for both you and I, this is something of who we are. We watch movies, documentaries, we read stuff, not because we have to, but because it's who we are. We speak Portuguese and we speak English, so we have to deal with both languages. So I understood that we have to change this mindset in order to learn the language because many people they spend their lives studying English. They are always in the position of a student. They never they never shift this key in their minds to understand, no, I actually speak English. So that's why I'm trying to have these podcast conversations in English to show people that it's possible to learn. But I don't sell the idea that it's easy. It's actually very hard. So my question for you, and your example is great because you've done a transition in your life, business-wise, and English was pivotal for you in that transition. So tell us about how we started having the classes. How did you learn? Why was English important for you in your job? And anything else you want to add?
Uh, when we started classes, I was shifting my career. I worked as a production manager. It was a in a factory, and I was studying about programming, and I realized that I was really that I really love technology and programming, and I decided to dive into this world. So English was a basic for this. Is basic for this area.
A
Is
basic requirement, yeah.
requirement. Yeah, it's not even some differential. It's not that word, but something that must you must have. So we started the class, and it was really good because I previously I had some classes at Yazigi, but they don't focus on conversation. And when start uh, talk in our classes, it like expand my vocabulary and my view of the word or of the power of the English that would be in my life. So I read many I read many articles in English. We we also have read books, and mostly um, during my daily job, I have to write code in English. So this is something that enforce my learning each day, every day. So it's not that easier, but it's like you said, it's like embedded, in my daily life because it's a natural stuff. I
Yeah.
start typing in English and it's natural.
Yeah, I remember that for me it was a moment that changed everything. I remember I was a Yazigi student as well, and I remember I was studying and taking notes in Portuguese. And then one day I realized, hey, wait, if I am in an English class, I should be taking notes in English. Then I will actually learn. And that changed everything because then I realized, okay, now I am really using it. It was hard, of course, but it was amazing. And something you said now complements my understanding of how we actually learn the language. We must have a goal in mind. I want to achieve that in my life because if we don't have goals, we don't learn the language. You believe that I have people I have worked with for many years and they can't speak English. And I'm like, why? Because they do everything I say. They do the homework, they show up to the classes, but they never reach their best potential. And then I realized they never had like a goal to travel or to study abroad, to have something that will actually push them. And that's why I'm having these classes with all my students to create a feeling nervous sensation in them because that's what pushes us, right?
Exactly.
So we need to have a goal and then we will learn. My goal when I was a student was I decided to do an exchange program, like to travel to Canada, to stay there for a while, learning the language, studying there, and then come back. And then I remember I thought, well, I have to prepare for it. I cannot go there and not speak English. The classes will be in English. And it was really tough, really difficult.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. But then I was studying every day and reading and learning.
Yeah, really, reading is way important. And talking about goals, as you said, for example, for me, it works when I put some measurable goal,
Yeah.
uh, because if I can measure my
Progress.
my progress, actually, I don't have I cannot improve it.
Mm.
So it's this kind of mindset is really important when
Yeah,
you setting a goal.
exactly. That's so true. Setting a goal, and then you can see if you are reaching that or not, and how you are deviating for the goal from the goal. This year, I have put a goal for me, which is to do 12 presentations in public. I mentioned this with you, how afraid I am of speaking in public, how difficult that is for me. So I have established to deliver 12 presentations in public. Last year, I've done that. Last year, my goal was three presentations, three different presentations. I ended up delivering, I think, nine.
Mm,
Yeah. So for this year, I established 12. If I deliver more, okay, but I cannot deliver less than 12 because, as you said, then it pushes us. I know that I am developing, evolving. I know if I am deviating from my focus. So having a goal, working on it, and understanding we are that, we have to become that. And your goal was the transition, getting a new job, knowing that English was fundamental for acquiring that goal, right?
right.
But you have never traveled abroad, have you?
No, never.
Do you have that plan in mind?
Yeah, I really want to, but I maybe of course there are many places to go that speak in English, but I think the most iconic is New York. So I think my my goal was travel abroad. It was to New York.
So New
So
York is your main goal in terms of traveling
yeah,
to an English
travel.
speaking country, of course.
Yeah.
Awesome, very good. Another thing that we talk a lot about, and we share this, we have this in common. We talked about movies, TV series, and astronomy, and the books we've read, right? And there
Right.
is this guy we both admire him a lot. I think it's Marcelo Gleiser, his name,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
I think you told me about him, and because you like astronomy, then I had a class with him in my philosophy post graduation.
Mm,
Did you did,
right.
did you read his book, The Dance of the Universe?
No, never read. I think um I searched about him because I saw some news uh, some news maybe talking about he he won a,
The Templeton Prize.
yeah, it was kind of a Nobel Prize to astronomy related to uh, uh, is not related to religious things, but it was this kind of mix, you know, between
Yeah,
science and religion.
that's true. He is able to, maybe not religion, maybe spirituality or a
Right.
divine thinking, blending science with this spiritual thinking. And yeah, amazing guy,
Yeah.
amazing. His class was so good. His class was two parts of 3 hours each, so 6 hours in total, but 3 hours in one day, 3 hours the next day. And it was, that type of class, you just sit down and you can't stop watching and listening. And it was sensational. And yes, that's what he does. He blends like the mysteries of the universe with the mysteries of religion, of spirituality. Because yes, he's a scientist, but he's using the tools to measure his scientific experiments. But also he's thinking like, okay, but what's going on here? And there is something amazing. I was invited by a school here in Sapiranga to talk about scientific studies and
Really
innovation. Yes, and
amazing.
and then I will certainly use Marcelo Gleiser's approach to life. It's a religious. It's a school that has connection to religion here in Sapiranga. So I will have space to talk about it. And
Amazing.
yeah, and I will work with these ideas of the universe and God and the mystery, and how science is only a tool, not to be confused with the truth itself.
Yeah.
So it will be amazing. And of course, I will mention Marcelo Gleiser's book. You should read the book, by the way. It's a great book.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally forgot about this book, but I will put in my list.
Yeah, he was able to start with the pre-Socratic philosophers and then go through the whole philosophy and science up until Stephen Hawking, I think. It's great.
Did you did you know Carl Sagan?
Yeah,
It's kind of related or
totally.
totally.
Totally. He talks about Carl Sagan as well.
Yeah, because Carl Sagan has this ability, used to have this ability to talk with
Totally.
people and explain
Totally.
hard stuffs.
Totally. Yeah. And to make you enjoy stuff, right? It
Yeah,
was not a class, it was like a mystical, mysterious, and they were talking science, but also planting the questions in our brains. I've I've read the book Cosmos from Carl Sagan, and I remember I had the book The Demon Haunted World, I think is the name of the book. Like a Candle in the Dark is the subtitle. Great books, by the way. Great books. I miss the days when I could sit down and read for hours and just go into these books. Nowadays, I just have to work and run around, and this is something we have to be careful because we always talk philosophy in our classes and religion and everything. This is something we have to be careful, right? Because we're working a lot, studying a lot, but there is this life mystery we have to enjoy, which is amazing. We have to be careful not to lose it.
yeah, and it's really dangerous because sometimes there are weeks that I finish the day, my daily job, and I'm really anxious about the next day and what I have to do. And even if I wrote down uh, each task I have to do in the next day, it keeps in my mind this kind of need to keep working. So
That's true. Anxiety is a horrible thing, yeah, because you
yeah,
mentioned you are anxious. In anxiety sense, it's horrible. Yeah, I have this all the time, you know. Like sometimes somebody says something or asks me to do something, and my brain will just not shut down. Like yesterday, I was with this headache because somebody asked me something and I couldn't do it, but I didn't want to say no. So I was like, my brain started struggling with the idea. I was like, oh, stop it. It wouldn't stop. I couldn't sleep well. And only now I can see clearly it was nothing. There was no need for worrying. But it's the anxious brain working, right?
Yeah. Now that you said, I realized that I think I was more relaxed when I used to live in a house than now that which I live in an apartment. Because
Totally.
now I can see the sky, I can see you know, the whole picture. You are like stuck in a window. And when I used to live in a house, it was like a open sky, and it was better, way better.
What you are saying makes total sense. You have to be careful because nowadays you work from home, you work indoors, closed in four walls all the time. I had this experience and it's very bad because in 2020, 21, during the pandemic, like I was living in my home alone and there was this shutdown situation and everybody was panicking. I was able to control everything, but at some point you break down. You know, it's everything is going down around you, and I remember something very awkward because I used to live in these houses that are connected house to house, right, wall to
Mhm.
wall. And since the day I moved to that house, I remember having these dreams that I was in that house, but then I would open a side door that would lead to a place, a secret place I didn't know. It was like my brain was trying to have more space. I was feeling like pressured by the walls. So I know what you mean that you were less anxious living in a house so you could go outside and see the sky because it's true. It affects our brains.
Yeah, that's why there are too much people going to countryside. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. You know, one of the most read books of the last 5 years or 10 years is the book The Burnout Society because everybody's burning out. So
yeah,
it happens. That's why philosophy is so important. So we have these breaks, we start thinking, and we talk a lot about philosophy in our classes as well, as
yeah,
it must be. Everybody should talk about philosophy. And one of the philosophers we usually talk about is Socrates. I just know that I don't know is the
mhm,
phrase we used to say. We just don't know.
yeah. There is one that we talked when we were watching the TV show Dark. Remember? So I think it was Schopenhauer.
Schopenhauer.
Yeah, the man is I forgot the sentence.
You can choose. You can do whatever you want. You just can choose what you want. That's a
Perfect.
powerful.
Yeah,
You
wow.
can do whatever you want because I want to do this, I want to do that, but you cannot choose what you are wanting to do. Whoa, that's a powerful one
Yeah,
because it gives this idea that the world or life is pushing us, right? It's not us in control, it's life in control, and it's a
yeah,
powerful thought. Like that's the thing with anxiety. We realize we're not in control of our brains. It's going places. We lose it. And you know, this is what happens with me speaking in public. I'm scared shit of speaking in public. I panic. I'm having stomach problems the day before. I'm feeling horrible. But when I do, it works. I'm like, how is it possible? I'm scared. I don't want to do it. But when I do it works, it's because it's not me doing it. It's like it's life. And life is saying, no, you have to do it. Why do I want to do something I don't want to do or I don't feel good doing? It's life pushing me.
Yeah,
So that's
it's
amazing.
crazy.
It is. It is. And it's me obeying. It's me saying, okay, I have faith. I just do it. I just close my eyes and I go. Like yesterday, it was so crazy. I was in this room full of people I don't know, and I know I have to say something, and I'm like, oh damn, I don't want to do it. And then I say, okay, I have something to say. I just stand up and I say it. And when I'm saying it, I'm like, cool, I'm chill, looking people in the eyes, and no, that's not me. That's life. It's like life telling, showing me its power, taking
Yeah,
a man of fear and making this man do what he has to do. Life is powerful, yeah.
yeah. Some people say that the universe speaks from us.
Yeah, with this speaking in public thing, I'm like, it's something I have to do. It's like life say, hey, Yisma, come here, do that. I'm like, okay, I will do it. You know, the last time, I don't know if I told you, I was so scared that the day before going to the presentation, it was the Little Prince presentation.
Mhm.
I prayed to God, I said, hey, man, come on. I want to do it, but I'm suffering here. Can you please help me feel good doing that? I want to enjoy this moment. And during the presentation, I enjoyed the presentation. I was like feeling good. I was okay. That's it. Thank you. Was it so hard?
Yeah, me too. I did some presentations last month at work, and it was totally technical presentation.
Oh, that's horrible.
But I was as you. I was chill. Like when I started speaking, it was really hard because it it was a few people, but it was really hard for me. But then I when I started and started my thought, my script, it was cool.
That's nice.
And
Congratulations. Congratulations. You you
thanks.
you also had some big challenges last year. In your wedding you spoke.
Yeah,
Were you
yeah,
nervous that day?
really nervous.
Were you?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
unbelievable.
I I practiced like many times this speech
Right.
myself for
It
myself.
was great.
Yeah,
Because you had the wedding vow. Were you reading or were you speaking? I don't remember. Or you were you
I
reading?
read. I read.
Yeah. But you had to practice
Yeah,
to do a good job, yeah. And then you had a moment where you called everybody and you said a few words,
yeah. Toast.
the toast, which was amazing. Were you
Yeah.
nervous at that time?
That time I was way more nervous than the vows. I don't know why.
No, that's not
Yeah,
true. But
because
because at that time, from my perspective, you were okay. Now you did the vows, you're feeling good. You just said, hey guys, hello. You were nervous at
yeah,
the second time.
because on the vows I was reading. It was a script I have to read.
Yeah,
Even if I was nervous, I was reading. But on the speech, I had to speech without a paper. It was, or if I don't remember what I memorized it before, I would, you know,
yeah.
struggle to say something. But it was cool. It was.
Did you
Um,
memorize the speech?
Yeah, I memorized
So
that
you were
speech.
speaking from memory.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
not all the words, exactly the words, but the main idea.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, because for us it was like you were feeling cool and just speaking from the heart. That's amazing. That's amazing. And it's crazy. Why do we feel like that? Yeah.
Yeah,
But then I
because it
see.
was family and friends.
Yeah. I mean, it's just speak. But it's funny at the same time because I see other people who can speak in public easily, but they don't leave a mark. I don't remember what they say.
Yeah,
But then you have these people, they are nervous, but they have the courage to say something meaningful. Like the fact you spoke in English in your wedding during the vows. That's different.
yeah,
Never saw anybody do that. Took courage. It took courage from you to do that. So that's amazing. So yeah, that's and then going back to dark, as we said, it's like it's life pushing us, life saying, you're gonna do it. And fear is a powerful thing, yeah. It's like
yeah.
it's always there,
Sometimes necessary.
sometimes necessary. You know, out of my fear of doing this stuff, I connected with many other people who also have fear. So I understood something. I have to go through this process, and in the end, I will have to talk about it with people in a presentation. Like talk about fear and tell guys, see, I was afraid, and here I am. So you can do it too. So it has to be hard for me so I can help other people because it makes no sense if I have no fear and I do it, and then I tell people, oh no, it's okay, it's easy, you can do it. No, I cannot be that guy.
Yeah,
I have to empathize with people.
yeah. You are skin the game.
That's it. I have to have skin in the game. I cannot speak from from nothing. By the way, tomorrow I have this presentation about innovation. And in one point of my presentation, I will talk about my books, my history with the books, and say, look, I've been through this process. I know how hard it is. I'm not just theorizing here. I'm not just a coach talking about things I don't know. I've been there. I've done that. It's hard. It's,
Yeah,
it's very hard.
and it's really cool to know, the path of uh, that you went through. It's,
Exactly.
it's like, how can I say this? Admirable, and maybe I'm trying
It's
to
like you
find the
you
word.
connect with the person. You feel encouragement.
Yeah, yeah.
A person who has helped me a lot was Falca, the
Mm.
YouTuber. Do you know him?
Mm-hmm.
He has two videos where he talks about courage, but he actually helped me because he has social phobia. This guy,
Really?
he's afraid of people. Yeah, and he goes to a psychiatrist. He takes medicine to combat that, and you see him in public uh, TV programs. He goes out. So when he is saying that, hey, you can do that, then you believe, like, okay, if that guy, if he can do that, oh well, my fear is not that terrible. I can do that too. And it was so important. Last year, I was talking about fear in one presentation, and one woman, she came after the presentation, she said, wow, it was so important for me to be here. And she's a psychologist because she said, tomorrow is my graduation presentation, my final work presentation. And she was telling me, I'm afraid of speaking in public. And she said, because I came here and you spoke about it, I was talking about fear. She said, you gave me confidence. And I said, don't
Amazing.
worry, it's gonna be all right. And then I always say this, I said, I will pray for you. I'm not a religious guy, but I believe in like positivity. So I said, look, I will
Yeah,
pray for you, and it will be all right. And every time I go through something hard, I ask some people to pray for me, because it helps. I don't know. We have to have that kind of faith in it, not the
yeah,
religious, the blind religious thing, like, but the belief that we can do something.
yeah. The wish to good to someone else.
Yeah. And that has also led me to connect more with God or the universe or life. Going through this journey has helped me because we see that if it depended on us, we couldn't do that. There is a higher force.
for sure.
We are kind of arrogant sometimes to think that we are in control, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Imagine that for billions of years we were not here, and then the universe makes everything, and then we show up, and then we think we are in control and power.
yeah.
We're so
Even
arrogant.
in the universe, people, some people used to say that we are alone in the universe, but I don't think so.
No, maybe because we are trying to find someone who resembles to us, but that's not how it works. Today I was reading this book of finances, and I understood something interesting. I don't know if that's I don't know if that was the intention of the writer, but when he was talking about the rational mind, it's like the individual mind. But when you talk about the spiritual mind, it's like when you connect with everybody else. So that makes sense, right? Yes,
Correct.
individually I am a rational person, but spiritually I am connected to everybody else. Like
Makes total sense.
it makes total sense, right? Because there is this more spiritual thing that, like, we are talking now, we connect somehow, we like the same stuff, we read the same books. It's the spiritual connection. Now, the rational is when I am alone, just rationalizing. It's my brain working. It's my solitary self operating. I don't know. That's something like that.
I agree.
Totally. And speaking of a TV series, I don't know. Have you watched True Detective, the first season?
No,
You haven't.
yeah, it's from, yeah, the
Matthew Mc-
main
Matthew
Matthew
McConaughey.
McCartney. Yeah,
You have never watched that.
never watched.
Whoa. So probably I'm giving you one of the best gifts in life to
Really?
recommend it. Yeah, because I remember when my friend told me about this TV show, I was like, I don't like these cops TV shows. And he said, no, no, dude, it's not about it. I was like, I don't know. And then I started watching. I couldn't stop watching that. It's a philosophy TV show, just the first season, okay? Because the
Okay.
other seasons are crap. But the first season with Matthew McConaughey, it's philosophy, religion, all the time. And they are having this, and it's a dark investigation TV show. It's great. And they have these conversations, a more philosophical, dark person with a more, those people, they just repeat words, like these religious people. They said, yeah, God is great, God loves you. Yeah, but you don't know what you're talking about. And then you have these people who really think about it. You have this battle of these philosophies. Dude, it's a great TV show. If you have never watched that,
Sounds great.
it is. It is. This guy, this actor, Matthew McConaughey, he is so
Yeah,
powerful. He's so good.
yeah. I think I told you some class ago that I saw some video about him, and he was saying that he denied some roles in a romance romance comedy,
Yeah,
and he he realized that they will pay a lot to him to go this kind of movies, but he decided, and it was his goal to to do this kind of movie, True
yeah.
Detective, Interstellar. There was many movies he played with master,
Hmm.
and he went to comedy to this kind of movies
Yeah,
because he decided.
because he decided. It takes a lot of guts to decide because when you are an actor, you depend on the directors calling you to play the movie. So he was a Hollywood pop guy doing these uh, romantic comedies, and he was doing great. He was a great actor in those comedy movies. But he decided, no, I want to do something more challenging. He is very connected with God and the world, the universe. And you can see that in his acting. He's putting his everything. Was it in a was it in the book from Kip Thorne that we've read that when he got the role to play Cooper, right? What's his
Cooper.
first name?
Cooper. I don't remember the first name.
Yeah, I don't remember, but it was Cooper. And then he rented a hotel or something. He was alone and studying the pages.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I think it was Christopher Nolan or somebody who went to visit him and asked him, "What are you doing? I'm getting in the zone." He is like this crazy
Uh,
guy. I'm getting
yeah.
in the zone. And that movie is so believable, yeah.
It's a masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece. Everything is great about this movie. You have to watch True Detective, the first
I
season.
will. I
It's
will.
pure philosophy. It's hard. It's difficult. You have to follow like it's not a let me relax TV series. No, no, and maybe you have to watch it. I watched it like three times to really understand its investigation. So it's very deep,
Yeah.
but it's great. It's great.
Yeah, there is another one that I remember I started but didn't finish is Mr. Robot. It's I think this is kind of this uh, philosophical and dark.
It is. Man, Mr. Robot is amazing. It's pure philosophy. Pure philosophy. And they use real code in the programs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have two more great suggestions for you. I watched this weekend the movie The Hill.
Mm,
The Hill. I think I
I
told
heard
you in the
about.
class. Dude, it's beautiful. It's very motivational, okay? It's just motivation and a feel good movie. And the movie Criminal. Just Criminal. It's with Kevin Costner, Ryan Reynolds, Gal Gadot, and some other great names. So it's about this criminal guy. He had an accident when he was a kid, I think. So he had some frontal lobe accident. So he doesn't have control over his emotions and he doesn't feel emotions basically. And he doesn't control his actions and his behaviors. And they transplant an agent who was killed in service. So they want to preserve the brain of this agent. So they take the memories from this agent and implant in this guy. So he starts developing feelings and he remembers the memories of the other guy. Dude, it's a great movie.
What was the name?
Criminal is the name.
Criminal.
Yeah, it's from 2016, I think, and The Hill is from 2024.
Great.
Two amazing movies. Amazing movie.
Thanks for the tips.
And True Detective as well. So three gifts I'm giving you today. Three amazing gifts.
A lot
And
of
and
enjoy.
and going back to the Phoenix Project, the person who recommended the book for us has never read the book.
Yeah, we know
Both
who
of,
you are.
I read the book two times
Yeah,
because I read for myself, then I read with you, The person who recommended has never read the book.
Yeah.
The person who has given us the gift has never enjoyed the gift
Didn't
himself.
enjoy the gift. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a shame.
That's a shame. That's a shame. But brother, thank you very much for your time, for this amazing moment of conversation. I'm sure it's gonna inspire other people to take up English, to have goals, dreams in life. We didn't mention this, but it took you like years to accomplish your goals, and
Yeah.
you are still working after 7 years of working with me and I learning with you. We're still developing. We still have other bigger goals. So that's it. It's a long journey, but it's a fun journey.
Yeah.
So thank you for taking the time to be here with me today to record this to inspire other people. Thank you very much, my friend.
Thank you so much.
See you soon. Bye
Same.
bye.
Bye bye.